Hi everyone, this is my 2017 Bookish Resolutions video. I did one last year and I figured I may as well keep it up and just keep making resolutions every year. So let's get right to it. The first resolution is to read less but better books. So last year I sort of stayed away from bigger books just because I had a lot more books on my Goodreads reading challenge. So I had 80 books. This year I have 40 books. So I think that that's going to give me some freedom to read longer books that I was staying away from previously, and just to really be choosy and not to feel pressured. So I hope I'll get to read a lot of the books on my TBR, and maybe I won't try to add so many books to it all the time. But that probably won't happen. I'll probably end up with a whole bunch of books, and I'll probably end up reading more than I expect, hopefully. My second resolution is to try and read at least 2 books at a time. I know previously I mentioned that I have a hard time staying on top of multiple books, but it's been going okay so far. Like, I have 1 book on my Kindle and 1 book, like a physical book, that I read at a time, and that's really nice because I can read my Kindle book when I'm out and about, and I can read the physical book when I'm at home, so I don't have to carry it around with me and to really have that extra weight in my purse. Sometimes whenever I tend to like a book a lot more, I will probably read that and forget about the other book. So I'm really trying to be strict with it and really balance it out so that I finish both books around the same time. My third resolution is to read at least an hour a day. I know some days I'm on the subway and I get to read a lot, and I have a seat and it's nice and convenient, but other days I just listen to a podcast or something and I don't get to read, and then I get home from work and I also don't read because I probably watch a Netflix show or something like that. But I would like to read at least an hour a day, and I feel like that's a pretty reasonable amount of time, and I'd probably get through books faster that way too if I set a specific time aside in a day where I just get to read it. That's it. My fourth bookish resolution is to try and read at least 1 nonfiction book a day. Normally when I think about nonfiction, I think like boring textbook type reads, but there's lots of nonfiction books out there that are very interesting, and I just feel like I haven't taken the time to explore those and to really branch out. I think I will just have to think up some topics that I'm interested in and just go out and find books that are related to that, and hopefully that will get me into reading more nonfiction books. And if you have any suggestions about good nonfiction books to read, please let me know. I'm always happy to hear those, and maybe I'll find something that really interests me. My fifth and final bookish resolution is to listen to more bookish podcasts. I know I listen to a bunch of different podcasts. Actually, most of them are like How I Built This, or some sort of like TED Talk type podcast, but there are book podcasts out there, and I've listened to 1 or 2, but I'm always in the market to listen to more and to be able to find more books through them. So if you listen to any good book podcasts, please let me know. I will be happy to listen to those as well. Another thing that I wanted to mention in this video is I got Book of the Month Club subscription as a gift. So I've been really enjoying that. This month I already got my books. My selection for the month was Lucky You. From the synopsis of the book, it sounded like it's for people who sort of want to escape their everyday life and live in like a more perfect place, I think. And that seemed really interesting with the new year and everything, so I was just really curious about this book. I've never heard of it before. I don't really know what it's about, but it seems very interesting, so hopefully it will turn out really well. And another interesting thing that happened is they actually included a gift with the January book of the month, and this was super exciting. I mean, I was very, very pleased with that. They included The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn, which I read a while ago, and I really enjoyed. I mean, I'm obsessed with Gillian Flynn, so there's no big surprise there, but when I saw this, I was just so happy, and I will probably have to reread it again. And now that I know how it ends, I probably won't be that shocked, but I just love Gillian Flynn, so I'm definitely looking forward to reading this one again. So please let me know what you're reading lately. Please let me know if you do Book of the Month Club and what your selection was for this month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.